Hey everyone, today we're just going to do a very quick video discussing the results of World Championships. Currently just still in LA, so it's kind of scuffed, very scuffed setup. If you know where I'm doing this from, and some of you who are watching this will know, you'll be quite surprised, but surprise, surprise, you can talk about it in the comments below. And here we have a good old fuzzy paradox, hard at work at Worlds with the laptop, making pie charts. So yes. Excellent work, excellent work. But let's look at some of those beautiful pie charts right now and talk about what really went down at Worlds. So first off, we have Standard, and we have 3 Youthbergs with 2 Orphis, which is quite crazy to see. Then 1 Overlord, 1 Ava, and 1 Flagberg. So the Flagbergs predicted it, happened. But the Orphis are definitely out of the box. I'll put it like that. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see the games because I was casting premium, but hey, we'll watch it later. And then what happened in the top cut was that 2 Youthbergs made it. So first place was Alexandra Kwan, and then second was Romain Wang with that Orphist. And then third was Nicholas A. Amato Jr. with the Youthberg, and then fourth was Johan A.L. Flecker with the Ava. So lots of representation there. And just quickly taking a look at some of the lists. So first we do have that winning Youthberg list, which is relatively standard, I have to say. Nothing, I guess this is kind of strange, the Enucleate Angel, but otherwise the rest of it is just what you'd really expect from a Youthberg deck. And then the second place was this Orphist list. And this one, again, seems pretty crazy. Orphis making it, 2 Orphis making it all the way into top 8. So maybe there's something here to take a look at. And then in V Premium, we do have 5 Gear Chronicles. So previously we had a lot of Gear Chronicles in all the BCSs, and they got hit. But once again, Gear Chronicles are reigning supreme. And then the 1 Bermuda Triangle, 1 Gold Paladin, and 1 Shadow Paladin. And then if we look at the breakdown, we have Kevin Cho, WCC teammate. Good job coming first with the Steam Maidens. Facing off against Charlie Tran, otherwise well known as Cardweeb, playing a Steam Maiden list with a mix of Chrono Fang. And then third we have Crow, or otherwise known as Antonio Tut. There should be more than that, but I think everyone knows him as Crow. Playing the good old Laward. And then fourth is Deshaun McNeil with the Gurgit coming up. And this is kind of quite interesting from a format that, you'd think is just fully Steam Maidens, but still quite a few decks made it through the top 4. First off, let's look at this Kevin Cho Steam Maiden list. We will be doing some of this later, but this is just your good old Steam Maiden list that's just been, winning everything. Then we have the Charlie Trans one, or Cardweeb's one. I think he made or discussed some points about this, but he is running this Chrono Fang Tiger for the Rebellion as well. For some, looks like it's just some extra spice, to be honest. You have 2 slots that are filled up, that are open now, so you might as well run something crazy, especially for Worlds. And it served him very, very well, making it all the way to the finals. And then in third place, we have this Luard from Crow. And this one is just abusing the fact that you have the Ildona now that is super buff and powerful. Also running just the Abat and otherwise the good stuff that you'd expect from a Luard deck. And now, now that the playing field is maybe slightly more even, right? It has a decent chance against the other Steam Maiden decks. And then last we had the Gurgle. This Gurgle is actually the most surprising one, is because we lost Percival. What do we replace it with? Well, we just go the old Holy Shine into Gurgen, into Prominence Core. This one is quite surprising me. The thing is, Gold Paladin, you still have that high roll where you have your Max Slashes, Wonder Rezzles, and just don't know, you can suddenly bounce up a lot of attacks with fronts, and then your opponent can't guard, right? The random high roll. So interesting take there. Surprised that it actually made it all the way through with all the Steam Maidens. So they have to be doing something right? And then lastly, we have the premium side. This is the one I casted for, and I found was very, very there were some really good games, right? We saw like Aluard Gize there, but you know, even the finals with what we expected, there were 4 Gear Chronicles, 2 Bermuda Triangles, 1 Murakami, and 1 Spike Brothers. Even like the matchups, like the Gear Chronicle against the Highlander was very interesting to see, and had some crazy, very cool games. So very thankful for just how interesting the games have been. And then finally making it into top 4, we have some very well-known names, right? We have Dave Vecht with the Steam Maidens, got Stephen Lee with the Highlander, we've got Maxime Solom with the Highlander, and we've got Eduardo Rios with the Spike Brothers, and Stephen Lee and Maxime Solom all on the WCC team, so doing extremely well. Big thumbs up. But you know, Dave Vecht, actually, let's just talk about this the run. So Dave Vecht, Stephen Lee, and Maxime Solom this year for BCS 2022 had amazing runs, getting a lot of tops and also a lot of wins. So seeing them actually perform well, and all of them making into the final stages of BCS Worlds, right? Basically 1, 2, 3. But they are pretty much the top 3 people with just a lot of things going well for them this year. Really just shows how probably skill intensive or skillful Premium is. And this is definitely a nice closer to at least Dave's season. But I think all of them do deserve a good pat on the back for doing really well just the entire 2022 year. And of course, after doing so well, there's 2023 left, and they should be able to do well, right? I will take a look at Dave Vecht's Steam Maiden list, just because that's the only non-Highlander we have, and we don't have Eduardo's Spike list. We will be doing a deck profile for Stephen Lee, so just check out the channel when it comes out. And I think Solom's already done a deck profile for his own deck, so you can go check that out on his channel, and it will be very entertaining for sure, because it's usually like 30 minutes, right? So let's take a look at the Steam Maiden list. This is Dave's list. I do think this is probably the best build of Steam Maidens, or just Geek Chronicle, in the format right now. And just looking through a lot of the book is kind of interesting, kind of cute. I think it's a bit of a nice gimmick here. I think what you do is just with the Anglisa, you choose that and because you can't ride that, you just get more force markers. When you don't get to, I guess when you don't get to Soul Blast out your grade 3? No, like Anglisa retires, right? So yeah, there is some spice to this. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually tested this, but the only reason why I say it's the best is because there's 3 Rolocks, right? And I think a lot of the decks that did play, all of the Steam Maiden decks that went into Worlds, not all of them were playing Rolocks, and I think that is pretty much the key difference between Dave's build and everyone else's, and it really served them well in the finals as well against these Pearl Sisters. So overall, that was a great tournament. But yeah, keep an eye out for the other deck lists as well. Especially Stevens will be coming out, and we'll be doing probably like Kevin's and a few others soon. And with that, that's just it for the results. I will be signing off and doing other stuff, but I will do a better and a bigger video about World coming soon. TM. Right, so thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Right. Also, big thanks to Fuzzy for just supporting everything during the year, and also thanks to just Boosterone and the production staff making World so good. But again, I'll elaborate that more later on. So, ciao.